Hey there. Part two, we are going to talk about artists are scams. Goodness, sorry, the behind the scenes weird stuff. Artists are scammers. Artists are sellouts. We're going to talk about that today because how many times have you heard someone say things like, they sold out to do that. They're just pandering. They pander to the masses. They say things to us that imply that, oh, they're just trying to take advantage of you. They're just, artists are people, if you're not starving, I refuse to compromise my art with money. Many artists don't get paid for their work often. They do a ton of things for free, which we're all about moving the free line. We do a ton of things for free. I do not believe that selling your art in any way is selling out. So we did a quick down, like 10 minutes down of artists being sellouts earlier this morning because we are doing Facebook Lives every single day and YouTube Lives every single day because currently the masterclass is open. So we are really excited about that. So we want you to dive on into the masterclass and join us. We will be there this weekend. Register. Even if you can't make it this weekend, register because there might be new dates and you'll get information about that. So the masterclass is back as we open up enrollment into our programs. So we have the masterclass, which is totally free, and it's all about the information. We give you all of the information that you need to decide if being a reader is something that you want to do. And then if you want to do it and you want to be a reader and you want us to show you how, we show you how. So this is how it goes. This is what we do. Like, no bones about it. But it's suddenly, as I look, and I love this time because we open up our ads. We start saying, hey, everybody, come on in. We do that. Hey, everybody, come walk this way. We start like getting people in. And so we see a lot of ads. We see a lot of conversations. And it made me start thinking, what is that term sellout? Like, what does that come from? And it's a really interesting term. And I also have been watching a wonderful person who talks about music, and she talks about this as well. She has an online thing and she talks about how people are like, no, that's selling out, and how we think we can either do that thing, and what I've been calling it is the flajama jam, what I called it this morning. So that thing that we're told when we're children, you can be anything you want. And we go, okay, I want to be a banana snowman. No, I want to be a unicorn raccoon. Just making stuff up. I want to be a flajama jam. It's just some weird word that sort of encompasses that dreamer that we all have in us as children. And Kathy Heller, who's awesome, she talks about how children are so willing to get messy, and that's such a great way to think about it. Like most children are willing to dive in, and they like get the paste and crayons and mud or whatever. And we become so unwilling to get messy and diving in, and we stop. Like early in our lives, we're told, yes, go, you can do the flajama jam thing. You're so cute when you do that. I love when you do that. Do some more. Let's put this glittery costume on, or let's give you all the crayons in the world, or let's nurture that voice. That might happen when you're really young. We get coloring books. We get like creativity is far more embraced. Even if the family is not all that creative, they'll still embrace a coloring book. Like it's just accepted and okay. And so we can and some families really double down, and they bring the whole family to watch you do a little tap recital. They come to watch you, or you do how many kids have you seen in this scenario where they're like, I'm going to do a show for you. And the kid jumps up and the whole family says, okay, do your little show. And it's like, you're so funny. And then it's this idea though, but as children, we do that. And worse, like most kids, when they do that, like there's something going on there where they're like, no, I want to do this. And so they do it. And a lot of times, if you do come from a family that doesn't embrace your creativity, sometimes you go out in the garage and do it, or whatever. But if you have that in you, you have that in you. That's just part of you. So it's like to deny that part of you that from the very beginning has been like, I want to be a flajama jam. Even if you were in a family that's like, flajama jam, what are you talking about? Or I think more commonly, at least from the people that are in here, from the stories that I hear from you guys, is that you had that kind of young as a younger thing, and then what we've been calling the zonk droid steps in, and the parent goes, no, no, or you, or so, or you're, as you get older, you learn somewhere from someone, whether it's school, whether it's whatever, that no, 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 it's time to get practical and sensible and, hunker down and become the zonk droid and blah, blah. And it's not that being the zonk droid is bad. Some people like grow up like they're really young and they don't want to get messy and they are the zonk droid right out the gate. And if that's true, awesome, double down on that as well. The thing that I want to address is when you are one or the other and you're being forced into the round hole. And I see this in here, let me know if you're watching and you want to let me know in the chat if you feel like, yes, you have been crammed into the wrong peg. It's like, this is not who I am. This is not who I wanted to be. And I'm being crammed over here in this thing. And if you are an artist, I really believe it chooses you, and you can try and stuff it down, but it's just going to come out sideways. It comes out in weird ways, depression, that can come out in all kinds of weird ways if you don't let that voice out. And why? Why are we stifling that? The world needs creativity. People need to feel things. Like there's so much angst. And I think we're just like, don't know how to deal with those emotions, that it just comes out all wacky. So if we can be the flamma-jammer who's going to like double down on, yes, I can do what I want to do. It doesn't mean that I'm a sellout. I can do what I want to do and find a way to make a living at it. It doesn't have to mean, those don't have to go together. And the reason I think that people put them together is it's a voice that can come and make reason of it, because it's unreasonable. In my opinion, it's just unreasonable that we stifle that. Like, that doesn't make sense. That's not who we are. That's not who you want to be. It's not who you are in your heart. So if you're stifling it, it's not reasonable. So we have to come up with reasonable explanations why we would do that to ourselves. And the easiest way to do that is to villainize the other choice by going, no, no, no. If you go down that path, you're irresponsible. You're the crazy person that goes, oh, they ran off to, we hear this all the time. They ran off to California, which now doesn't even matter because you can do it all online. Oh, they've got that online thing going. It's like a weird, what is that? And I think what that is being able to justify not going after the thing that lights you up by villainizing someone who does. But at the same token, those are the people we'll get the autograph from. When we go to the baseball game, even though we didn't hang in there and keep playing, we're going to go get their autograph. There's so many things, if you love baseball, that you could do that are around the sport of baseball. Have you seen Moneyball? I absolutely love that movie, and I love Jonah Hill's character. Not a player, but boy, is he a player, right? Like, there's so many. I know really well the general manager of the Angels, and it's like seeing what goes on behind, not on the team, the manager of the business side, and watching kind of what goes on is like really interesting. All baseball, but they have, there's so many jobs within that. There's so many jobs that you can do within a film, like so many jobs. Have you looked at credits? And readers aren't even in the credits. Like, they don't credit readers in the film. You are behind the scenes as a reader. And so we have a teeny, tiny, teeny little piece of a huge industry that there's so many things you can do. But the knowledge of reading and analyzing screenplays, to me, in my opinion, like, that is the little teeny spark of like the whole thing. The writer is the job provider. The writer creates the script. Nothing can happen without that. So without the script, whether it's writers, everyone's improving, still the spoken word is the spark. And a reader is like, wherever we go, the reader is like right there with the writer, creating that spark. And the writer needs that reader to be able to lean on. And the reader obviously needs the writer. It's this amazing connection. And it's such a link to this gigantic redwood of a tree. You are this little acorn, and it's like, there's just so much you can do with it. It's unbelievable. But first, you have to believe that you can. And you have to believe that the big tree can be the jam tree. It's all full of metaphors today. So It really is like, yeah, right? You can be that and not be in front of people. That's a beautiful thing. Like readers come out of their basement covered in crackers. Like, it's like, and you can do it from anywhere. In your basement, you can do it from wherever. I absolutely adore and love baseball. I love going to baseball games and reading screenplays. I love it. It's great. You can do it anywhere. It's super cool. So it's just one of those things that I started just really thinking about, what is it that stops people from doing the thing that as a child they were like, I want to do that thing. And being a reader can be a way to that thing. If it's something to do with the entertainment industry, it can lead into so many different things, because your ability to break down and understand a screenplay, it just fits in so many different ways. So I want you to like think about your homework assignment is to write down, as a child, what did you want to be? What was it? What is it? What was it? What's been nagging at you? And who told you that you could? Who was the person that said, yeah, you can do that? And who told you that you could? Who's the person that said, yeah, no? How many people? I mean, I grew up in a very creative family, so I was very fortunate in that regard, in terms of, yes, you can be the talk about flajamma-jam. We got flajamma-jams. Lots of flajamma-jams in my family. But it definitely, as the older I got, the more it became, wow, you're actually going to do, even they were surprised. Oh, wow, you are really going to go double down on this. You're not kidding. It's like, no, I'm not kidding. Like you said I could, right? And even as a kid, I was like, when they would say, oh, they do that, people, my parents didn't really do this, but people would say, oh, they did. But my mother was a classical pianist, but she taught second grade because her parents said, no, you need to get a backup. And she hated teaching. 35 years, she slogged to that job. And I mean, slogged. Her posture, everything about her. Going to work now. That was her daily. She'd come home, she'd start playing the piano. Pretty soon, she's playing that thing, playing the piano. She'd get lost in the piano for hours and hours. It was beautiful. She could never double down on that thing. She never felt that that was a thing she could actually do, although she did it unbelievably. Beethoven, like classical piano, unbelievable. But she could never do it. If she thought you were listening, she'd stop. So I think growing up watching that made me go, okay, I'm either doing this, and that's one of the things I love about Hamilton, because it's all about like, okay, we're doing it. That character is such a great character, and he's a writer, so it's beautiful. So who was the person? Where are the examples that you've had in your life? Sorry, there's a lot of background noise. What are the examples that you've had in your life of people that have doubled down, have gone for it, have told you that you can, and the people that have said, no, not you, not now, not ever. Zonk droid. Like, who are those people? And what was the thing that you were told that you can't do? What was that thing? And then who's doing that thing? Because someone's probably doing it. So they did it. If they can do it, you can do it. If you're here right now, you've already gotten to a place where you can do it. Whatever struggles you went through to get here to be able to watch this, even playing field, everyone can get. Now that you're in this spot, everyone can get to where you want to be. Congrats for making it to this spot. Just that is a big step. Getting to where you're watching something that you're interested in, that you're choosing to watch. What we do here is that thing. So I know that if you're already here watching, you're already in. You're full of jam, my friend. So let's double down on that. So put a Post-it somewhere. Post it on social media. Show me a picture of your note to yourself that says, I'm a full of jam. I'm doing this, whatever it might be. And let's do it. Come on into the masterclass. We'll tell you all the details about what it is, all the details, because I can't do it all. It's a lot. So we just focus in. We tell you all the details about what it is to be a reader. Join us in the masterclass. HollywoodGatekeepers.net/masterclass. And we'll talk more. I'll stay as long as it takes to answer all your questions. And I'll be back tomorrow morning, every day this week and every day next week, as enrollment is open, answering questions, diving in. Same people who said I could, that turned around and said I couldn't. Womp womp. So true, right? You're so cute. I love your little show. Oh, no. Don't do that for a living. Wait, what? And how is our little brain supposed to process that? We're like, oh, they love me. Wait, what? Who said what now? So it is like, Don't do that to your kids if you can avoid it. All right, you guys, we will see you tomorrow. Go post you are FL Jam Jam. I will see you in the masterclass this weekend. HollywoodGatekeepers.net/masterclass. Thanks, Doug, for sticking that in there. And we'll see you mañana. You guys are the greatest.